first came here? And then, wasn't it Granny or something that was the
Well,
pusher to build the other big church?
No, she's the one that built the first one. Helped build it, finances, raised funds for the first one. It was built in 1918, I think. And then the other
Was Glenmore a bigger
yeah,
town?
it was 40 years ago because, no, 42, Michael was a baby then in that house. That church was moved to where it is from Camp Claiborne.
That church was moved from Camp Claiborne? I didn't know that. I thought they built it. Oh, they moved it on trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
The new church. Oh, I didn't know that.
Of course, it was bricked after,
Yeah.
a few years, a good many years later.
Yeah. And was there, back in those days, was there a lot of antagonism between Protestants and Catholics? Were there any Jews here?
Yeah, we had Jews, but they weren't, they got along with the Catholics very well. They had the Q Club, so that's ones that tried to keep down, they were the barrier, the church. They'd go around with their torches, and their hoods and everything, trying
and they were what,
to frighten them away.
Against Jews? I'm not going to go too much longer. I know you get tired, but this is really invaluable.
That's neat.
Testing, testing, testing. Oops. That's wrong side. Testing, testing, testing. Uh-oh. Something's wrong with this one, isn't it?
Because it's been used.
I'm going to have to use that other tape recorder with this one. This one must run at a different speed. Let's see. Let's go like that. Testing, testing. Oh, this one goes real slow. This one does. Testing, testing, testing. Let's see. How to make this record play. This is a big deal. I don't know how to run this thing. Stop it yet. Go ahead and do that. Cue, off, fast forward, record. That ought to be doing it. It's going the wrong way. Just a minute. Turn this around over. Well, let's just let that go then. We'll just do this thing still on here. And hey, see if this thing's still on. It's still on. Let's just finish up, 'cause I don't have to do anything else. Anything you want to say?
I can't remember where we left off.
Well, we left off talking about when the house burnt down, I think.
Oh,
Right. When the second house burnt down, then y'all built this house.
right. Well, we built the utility room on, and then a few years later, we built the garage and a den and the back porch and this bath.
Oh, okay.
That was added on. That's the reason I have such a leaky roof that I can't keep the rain out.
Because of the word to add on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just got a new roof not too long ago, didn't you?
Huh?
Didn't you just get a new roof not too long ago?
Yeah, it's not the roof itself, it's that where it comes in together joins.
Oh, I see. It comes in the walls and stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, let's see. Is there anything else that you think we ought to know that I might not ask you? That's a tough question.
Well, right now I can't think of anything.
But it's really interesting that that most of even your grandparents were from around not too far from here.
I know it.
I mean, you can't really track one of your grandparents came from Holland or something that you know of, do you?
Well, Granny's parents came from Belgium.
Okay, but I'm talking about your mother and father.
No.
They were all been here for a long time? In
For
Louisiana?
several generations.
Yeah.
I don't know how far back, but I never knew too much about their.
Where they came from, anything?
Uh-huh.
Well, see, that's why it's important that we do this, because if we
Yeah.
don't do this gets
Nobody
lost.
would know.
That's right,
Mhm.
it gets lost.
Yeah.
Now, you can go back and track it, you can get the records, but it takes a long time. And what you got right there, there's no other place it is anywhere.
I know.
But, when I talked to my, to Big Mama, what was funny about her is she was one of 16. There were she had 15 brothers and sisters. And of course, she was not as good a health as yours, but she still had a good memory. She named 14, and she couldn't think the other two.
Is that right?
And she couldn't think of it. She couldn't think. I said, "That's all right. We'll come back to it later." And about 10 minutes later, she said, "Oh, I remember the other two now." She said, "The reason that I didn't remember them," she said, "I never knew them." She said, she was like next to the youngest, and she said, when I came along, they were gone, and I never knew them.
Well, sure, just like Steve and Michael. See, Virginia and Rita were both gone when they were born.
Yeah.
And I remember making a dress for Dale, I guess, Mary Louise, one of the girls, and Rita came home and she was going to wear that dress. She put it on, and Michael says, "You're not wearing that dress, that's my sister's dress." And he started pulling, he almost tore it off of him.
Because that was his sister,
That was his sister's dress.
and Rita wasn't his sister. Well, she said those two left and went up to the land that they bought up in the Panhandle. And this was when you were little, like when you were, Big Mama was 10 years older than you are, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were gone, and she never even saw them.
Hmm.
They never came down, and she never went up there. But she finally remembered their names.
Uh-huh. Huh.
But she said, I never
After she got older, she didn't know.
No,
or did she?
they died or something, and she never knew them. She said, I never even saw them.
Oh,
You know something?
yeah,
They went way up there way up in west, up in the Panhandle somewhere, around Amarillo or something, which is a long way from Big Spring.
Mm-hmm.
But she said some things. I told you what she said about
Yeah.
my grandmother, about my grandmother being foxy. She looked at other men. I guess those days there wasn't you know, nowadays if people live together and all this kind of stuff, that just didn't happen then, did it?
I know they worked. The parents had to work together to raise the family. You know, there was no such thing as what a parent. Well, mothers stayed home and took care of the children. They did the sewing and the washing and everything, and it hardly ever heard of a father going away to work. You know, unless he went in service or something like that.
Yeah, nowadays we got, there's so much other things you can do, you know.
Yeah, just
The
like
families get split up and,
Lori comes to New Orleans and works sometimes week after week after week. Well, during my young days, that was unheard of.
that happens all the time. It's kind of a normal thing now. I don't know whether it's good, but it's normal. I mean,
Well,
So-
money's not everything.
yeah, that's for sure.
Raising a family.
That's for sure.
You gotta have it. You got to have money to survive, but
Yeah, but y'all
It's
never,
scary.
you know, my parents never had any money. Y'all don't have any, you and Happy never really had any money.
No.
You made it though.
yeah.
And all of your kids had a chance to go to school at least for a while,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I think y'all did a super
Y'all
job.
have good enough jobs,
That's
make
right.
good living.
That's right. I think you and Happy did a super job.
Well, thank you. We tried, did the best we could with what the best you have.
When did you get really down? Did you ever get really down besides the time you were, the time that the house burnt down? Was it, I know when you lost your two babies, that was a bad, sad time.
Oh yeah, and
Of course, in Mary Louise dying, that was a bad
yeah,
time.
well, yeah, and I think the worst time was when I had to leave her. When we took her to the Shriners Hospital and had to leave her.
Where was
there.
that?
That was in Shreveport.
Okay.
I had to leave her there for a month. It
Oh.
that was the worst moment of my life, I
Yeah.
believe.
Sad.
Yeah.
Even though you knew they were doing her good and everything, you just hated not having her with you.
I remember the nurse saying, well, you can kiss goodbye now because you can't touch her after. Oh, that was the worst. Mm. Yeah.
Well, she ended up having 4 kids, right?
She had,
No, 3.
yeah, she had a good, happy life.
She sure did. She was a sweet girl.
She would dance and
Oh, yeah.
skate and swim and do anything anybody else.
Mm. She didn't let any of her handicaps slow her down at all.
No.
And that's really the only child that you had that really had any kind of
Yeah.
defect at all, right?
Well, we tried not to let her feel different, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't pamper her. We want her to do everything that she was able to do.
Mhm. And all the time that you and Happy were raising all those kids, y'all never did really have a vacation, did you?
She didn't want a vacation. Even after they got grown, he could take a vacation, you know, had vacation time after they got through, but he didn't want to go anywhere. He says, my work will just stack up. I'll have it to do when I come back. And just like you wouldn't turn in overtime. That was the stupidest thing. And I would get so mad. I said, if you don't turn it in, I will. I'm going to put out every minute that you work overtime. He said, that's all right. Just go ahead. And if I did, he'd turn it in.
Why, do you think it was, he didn't think it was right or something? Well,
I think he
Happy was
just felt like he's getting paid to do what he was doing.
Happy did so many jobs. I've been with him, you know, only I know he lost money on it.
Sure, just like.
But, you know, he was a good man, and
Well, he was honest.
but it to a fault.
Yeah, that's right.
That's your fault, maybe.
Because he could
To your-
have drawn on unemployment after he, you know, it was after he retired.
Mhm.
I'm making enough. That's the answer I got. You give anybody that tell why didn't he apply for unemployment? He was due for.
Paid for it. He paid for it.
Mm-hmm. So
But
I didn't argue with him. Really did. Tried to go along with him. couldn't change his mind anyway. He was just that way. What he made up his mind to do, he did, and what he didn't want to do, he didn't do.
Hard-headed.
Oh, was he? Had a mind of his own.
Well, you got some kids like that too.
Yeah.
I see. Who's the first grandchild? Tommy Bass was the first grandchild?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Because was Jenny married before Wade
Before
did?
Rita did.
And before Wade did?
Before Wade did. Yeah, she was the first one to get married.
I bet that was a nice time, wasn't it? You had your first grandchild?
Yeah. But see, James was in the service when he was born. Virginia was going to go, I think she was going to meet him in California. I think he was, I don't remember her that way. I don't know when she came out with that baby. Oh, that was the prettiest child I ever saw.
Well, he's still a good looking man.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're getting a little tired. I think we got a lot of good stuff here.
Well, if I think of something else, I'll let you know.
Okay, if I figure out how to get this darn thing to run, I could be in good shape. I don't know how to make this thing run.
Well, I'm sure I don't know. If you don't, I don't. I know still less.
I just don't know how to do it. I know one thing, it's screwed up. Get bitten in Gene here. Okay, Gene. Where's Gene? You don't turn this thing off?
You look like a movie star. You just finished it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That thing's so quiet you don't even know it's there. That's what's so nice about it. Is it still running?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.